What's good, YouTube? Sensational Sincere here with another build video. Things with this video will be different. I'm not gonna have no gunplay in it, so I'll get right into it so I don't hold y'all up. Okay, and here it is. I'm running a post healer build. It's a 4 tactician piece with a gold chest piece and a gold backpack. I'll show y'all those in 1 minute. My firearms here is 2,961. My stamina is 2,961. And my electronics is 10,007. With the firearms, I am pillow fighting, and with the stamina, I definitely am squishy. But for the stam, I have something for that. So with this, I'm running a vigorous chest piece, and the vigorous chest piece grants an overheal to all healing skills. So for those that do not know what the vigorous chest piece does, I'll show you real quick. So I'll just slap on the bears, it doesn't matter. I'm using a defibrillator. The defibrillator does not give you an overheal. Right there, as you can see, there's nothing. So, and this will come back in a matter of seconds here. So I'll go back now and I'll put my Vig chest piece on. And as soon as that cools down, now I'll pop the skill again, and there it goes. So there's a good example. There's a good example there on how the vigorous chest piece works. So with my healer pulse build, me running the vigorous chest piece, it allows me to keep an overheal while at the same time utilizing the defib, and that's giving my teammates a heal over time plus a heal or health, and also I could give myself an overheal. So when I'm taking damage, players have to eat through that overheal bar first. Okay, now I'll show you the stats for my vigorous chest piece. So for my Vig, it's max optimized, it's rolled for electronics, skill haste, health, ammo capacity, and I'm running 2 electronics and skill power mods. Okay, now I'll show you my gold bag stats. My gold bag is an inventive bag, and it increases skill power by 15% while at full health. It's max optimized. It's rolled for electronics, skill power, ammo capacity, and the mods I'm using is an electronics mod and a skill haste with that, and a post crit hit chance mod and a post crit hit damage mod. Okay, so now I'll get up into the Tactician Set Bonuses. So with the Tactician Set Bonus 2, you get the 15% skill haste. The Set Bonus 3, you get the 10% skill power. And then the Set Bonus 4, you get the Tactician's Authority. Every bullet you hit enemies with adds a 1% skill power. Every bullet your deployed skills hit enemies with adds a 0.2% skill bonus power. And then skill power bonus maxes 30%. Bonus is consumed on skill use. So pretty much what this is saying is, for every time I let me reset this. So for every time I shoot a target, if you see below, you're getting a stack and attack. And it's giving me a 1% skill power bonus, right? So for a max up to 30. If I pop a skill, then it resets. You'll see here in a second. Right there, it resets. So let's go to my skill power right now. So you see right now my skill power base with this build is at 432,545. So now let's get 30 stacks. Say we're in a gunfight and I get 30 stacks. Come back to it. Now my skill power is up 536,356. Okay, and let me not forget to mention also with your deployed skills, how this works is if you have, say, the turrets that shoot bullets, so it will be, you can use either the base turret or the active sensor. Either one of these shoot bullets. And when you have them deployed and they're landing shots on targets, they'll get stacks for you. Just like how when you're shooting your weapon, right? And from that, with the 4-piece Tactician's Authority, you will get a 0.2% skill bonus buff. Okay, so now I'll get off into my tactician roles and mods. We'll start with the knees. It's max optimized. It has electronics, skill power, blind depth resistance, and the mod is a 265 electronic mod with 3% skill haste. My Tactician knee pads, it's max optimized. It's rolled for electronics, skill power, bleed resistance, disoriented resistance, and disrupt resistance. And the mods for this is a electronic mod with skill power and a 2% post crit hit damage mod. My Tactician gloves is max optimized. It's rolled for electronics. It has assault rifle damage, skill haste, crit hit damage, and there's no mod for this. So my Tactician holster is max optimized. It's rolled for skill haste, and the mod for this is a 2% crit hit damage mod. Okay, now I'll show my weapons. I'm running 2 lightweights with this. The first lightweight I'm using has competent, talented, and adept. The main talent I wanted on this weapon was talented. Killing a target with this weapon increases skill power by 15% for 20 seconds. So if I get lucky to smack a player while I have this weapon in hand or killing an AI, I get that additional skill power buff. Let me show my weapon mods real quick so you can see that. Okay, and then the second lightweight I'm using has talented, sustained, and predatory. Again, I wanted the talented, and predatory. Killing a target regenerates 35% of health over 20 seconds. This will work good for me too if I can kill an AI with this weapon or smack a player when he's down. And here goes my weapon mods. Show y'all these real quick. And for my sidearm, it's a Damascus, and I wanted cool headed on this. Performing a headshot reduces all skill cooldowns by 5%. I would love to have a weapon that has determined, but for right now I don't. But that's my point for running this weapon here with this build. And gear score with it is very low. It's a 175, so my requirements are much lower too, which is 1805. So pretty much with this, I'll run around the AI and just keep landing headshots until I get my green, blue, or yellow, whatever I'm running. Get that back real quick. Also, I mentioned too, I wouldn't mind running a showstopper with this weapon, because with the showstopper, you get quick stacks. But I decided to go with 2 lightweights because I wanted the ARs, as I'm always in the background trying to keep popping heals and popping pulses and med kits. And if I got a DPS or try to DPS, the lightweights will get the job done at the distance, because that's just what I need to stay at the distance if I can. So now I'll show my abilities. So with this build, I'm usually running the defibrillator, and we know what this does. Applies healing over time, and it can revive downed agents. And also the scrambler. And if we're running 2 healers, then I'll run the tactical scanner. Okay, so now I'll show my talents. So with this build, I'm running triage, battle buddy, combat medic, and death by proxy. Okay, now I'll go into the character and show the stats here. I'll just scroll through real quickly, but the main things we want here is, of course, skill power, and then the skill haste. I thought I was at 50%. I should be at 50%, so I'm about to go back and make this 50%. 46 is fine, but I'm gonna just make it 50. But we want that max skill haste, which is 50%. And that's pretty much it under here. And there's one thing I almost forgot to mention or show. Okay, so with the base skill power being at 432,545, thanks to the inventive backpack giving me that additional 15% skill power while at full health, I want to show under the abilities here with the defibrillator, I'm sitting at 14 seconds. I'll get it back for the cooldown, and the ally heal is 391,908, and the self heal is 200. 420,000. And then for the scrambler, we're getting that back every 15 seconds. And then the crit hit chance is 45%, and the crit hit damage is 49%. So keep these numbers in mind. So now, when we come back over here, let me get 30 stacks. So the additional buff again brings us up to 536,356. And then which makes my abilities now, my cooldowns come back at 13 seconds for, 13 seconds for the defibrillator. And the ally heal now is at over 400,000, so 437,910. And then the self heal is almost 250,000. And then for the pulse scrambler, we're now at 54% crit hit damage, 50% crit hit chance, and then the cooldown is down to 14 seconds, a little under 15 seconds. So you just want to keep that in mind with this build, and you're getting your stacks from the Tactician's Authority, or with the Tactician's Authority, and your buffs, how it's increasing everything, your cooldowns, and your pulse and your heals. It's a pretty good look. I want to also mention too, for people who are struggling in the DZ and they're trying to 4-man it with 4 DPSs in the 1.8.3 patch, you can't do that no more. So in my opinion, I believe you have to at least have 1 healer, sometimes even 2, especially when you're taking on a server. So I think I pretty much covered everything with this. If you liked, smash that like button for me. I appreciate it. If you're new here, subscribe. I appreciate that. And also you can hit the bell button for notifications when I upload new content or I'm live streaming, because I live stream on YouTube. And I'm also live streaming on Twitch too as well, under the same name, Sensational Sincere. I think I did cover everything with this. If you got any questions, shoot me a comment. I appreciate it. People who know me, shoot me a PlayStation message, either or, it don't matter. Comment on YouTube or message. And I'll see y'all with the next video. I'll let y'all. Peace.